everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this sneak peek into our summer intensive. My name is Miss Elizabeth. I am the co-director of the Trainee and Conservatory program here at the School of Ballet 5-8. And behind me is the lovely level blue of our first week. And today, what we're going to be talking about is just a seminar on how to create classical lines, okay? So I'll be referring to this handout. If you want to see this handout in more detail, audition for us next summer and come join us then, okay? Please enjoy. All right, let's go everyone. I'll get a handout. Alright guys, so when we talk about line, okay, so what exactly do we mean by line? If I were to ask you that question, it would maybe depend on the context, right? In geometry, a line is a straight line, it's a straight direction from point A to point B, right? In ballet, and dance in general, it's a little different, right? So a line can be a line even if it's not straight in ballet, right? Like an attitude, for example, right? It's still have a nice line, even though an attitude by definition is not straight. So, the first question on your little handout is line. So, the dancer's quote line refers to the general aesthetic of the whole line created in it, okay? So, a lot of times in dance, sometimes we get this notion in our head that a line is just the leg, right? Just the leg creates the line. That can be for like an arabesque, or maybe we think, oh, a line is just the line of my hand or my arm, right? Well, actually not really. Yeah, the line is all of the parts of your body working together to create one cohesive image for the audience, okay? So, with that, there are different lines in different genres of dance, yes? Today we're talking about classical ballet lines. Now this will have different components if you're talking about jazz line or contemporary line, right? In jazz, contemporary, or modern, stuff like that, we like to take classical lines and break them, okay? But we can't do that if we don't know what we're breaking first, okay? So we have to establish the foundation of a classical line first before we actually can take it further, okay? So what are some components of a classical line? Everyone turn your paper over. And just throw out some ideas. It's okay if you already read it, but if you didn't, what are some ideas? What contributes to a classical line? Any thoughts? Yes. Technique, good. Okay, so yeah, exactly. You have to have good technique to create a good line, okay? And yes. Energy. Yes, until you all read the handout. Very good though, okay? But yeah. Balance, good one. Yes, okay, so you have technique, you have energy, balance. Anything else? Okay, we turn. Now we can go through these, okay? So there's 4 major factors that go into creating a classical line. So number 1, we already have proper technique and alignment. Yes? If your pelvis is not in the right place, your line won't be as classical as it could be, right? Because we have these classical ideals that we are trying to achieve with our proper technique and placement. Number 2, energy, most specifically energy through the eyes. Yes? So, obviously a good classical line involves the head. But a lot of us will just use our head and not our eyeballs. Yes? So we'll go, for example, if I'm doing a nice croisé, I'll turn my head, but I'll still be looking in the mirror. Right? If that's the mirror, yes. But we want to involve the eyes out that way, following the direction of your head, okay? So you have to have that energy flow through the eyes to create a classical line. Number 3, continuous growth through the ends of the body, okay? So if I am in first arabesque and my fingers are like this, what's wrong with that? There's a lot wrong with this, right? I know, it doesn't look nice. You don't want to look at this, right? So continuous flow, continuous growth through the ends of the bodies mean that every every part, the very inch, wherever your body has contact with the air, which is like all around, right? All the ends of the body have to be reaching and growing, okay? And that kind of, a sub-point of that is that your line has to be always moving. Even if you're still to the audience, there still has to be that energy and that growing within the pose to create a good physical line. Okay, fourth one, lines or pattern of symmetry. Okay, now this one, there's a lot to unpack here, so we'll just get right going into it. So first of all, everyone turn the paper over again. Pop quiz. What is symmetry? You probably learned about this in geometry or something, right? Anyone taken geometry yet? Yeah, go ahead.
The same on both sides that is equal.
Yeah, the same on both sides. Good. Okay, you turn the paper over. So symmetry, the actual definition, the quality of being made up of exactly similar parts, either facing each other, okay, so exactly similar, or around an axis, which is radial, okay? So generally, two types of symmetry. Bilateral, which is us, right? You split us down the middle, our halves are more or less exactly the same. If you think about a starfish, it has radial symmetry, right? Center and point, and then around the axis, it's the same, okay? So, what is symmetry? Symmetry is being, you can think of it as almost like a mirror, right? Okay. But obviously, there are a lot of poses and lines in dance where symmetry is always possible, okay? So in general, you can kind of expand that definition out to mean when the elements of a movement or pose balance each other out, right? So symmetry is all about balance, creating balance in our lives. Okay, and then the last question, why does symmetry matter? Why does it matter? Well, our brains are hardwired to look for symmetry everywhere. Yes, you can do it all day without even noticing, right? When you look at someone, you're automatically scanning them for symmetry. You're like, oh yes, that person has 2 eyes, a nose, mouth, 2 ears, 2 shoulders, 2 legs. Okay, there's that. Yeah, we're doing that every time. Why? Because our brain likes the familiar. It likes to see things it recognizes, okay? So, if you're an audience member sitting watching the ballet, you are automatically, without even realizing, scanning the dancers for symmetry, yes? Now, obviously, our bodies are already symmetrical, but the more we can find and create symmetry with our classical lines, the more you'll help the audience out, okay? Which is nice. We want to be nice to our audience, right? Okay. Great, so with that, I want everyone to take a good close look at this image at the bottom here, okay? So this is going to be our first kind of exercise in symmetry. So what you see here, we all know this pose, what is it? Go, say it loud, right in here. Yes, arabesque, first arabesque, more specifically, okay? So, it's actually kind of the same one first arabesque, okay? So, I want you to look really closely at it and see if you think there's any symmetry to this pose. What do you think? Yes? Some yes, some no. You kind of have to look for it, but it's there, right? So, I want you to look really closely at her arms. If you cut this dancer right through the middle and pretend that there's a mirror right there, do you see how her arms are actually mirroring her legs? They're doing the exact same thing, just reversed. It's kind of like an optical illusion. But once you see it, it's kind of hard to unsee it, right? Yeah, so that's what makes this pose so beautiful. First arabesque. The audience, without even realizing it, is seeing the symmetry in that pose, and they're going, oh yes, I feel relaxed and at ease now, right? Okay, cool. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and stand up. You can take your warm-ups off. We'll do a little bit of a break. Okay. So, first of all, while we're all there, are there any questions on this? Okay, so let's all start out on the floor. And we're just going to talk about, for our first example, pretend you just did a pirouette and then you landed in the floor. Okay? Now, we're going to try to take that fourth position, talk about what makes a good possible line in that fourth position. Okay? So, first one, proper technique and alignment. Okay, so we're here. We want our pelvis, yes, our nice straight up and down pelvis. We're not tilting or tucking, right? Our knee is bent here. Good. Yes, this is very nice. The shoulders are over our nose. Good. Okay. Number two, energy flow through the eyes. So now we have to be reaching over the fingertips with those eyes. Yes, that is so beautiful. Okay. Number three, continuous growth through the ends of the bodies. Okay, so now we're going to reach our fingertips long. We're going to reach our nose to the front. And we're going to reach through our legs really nice and strong. Yes. Okay, that's so nice. Okay, everyone relax. Sorry, I don't want to kill your poor left leg. Okay, but there is a number 4, right? So number 4, lines or patterns of symmetry. So let's think about this pose. What is symmetrical about it? Where are things similar? Where are things balancing each other out? Exactly. Yeah. So you see here, we have this arm creating a diagonal with that leg. Yes. If you cut her in half here, the two lines are mirroring each other. That's what's symmetrical. So that's why when we take this pose and we go here with the arm, we don't really do that, right? Is this a nice possible line? No, I don't know what this is. This is a pterodactyl, okay? And it looks wrong because it's not mirroring this back leg, right? So we want to make the audience happy, visually and mentally. Extend that arm, yes? Make a nice line here. Yeah, think of the symmetry, guys. Yes. Yeah, that's so nice. Yes, and then, okay, energy through the eyes. Pull, step into the corner, and then reach through the fingers. Yes! Okay, guys. Nice, okay, relax. Good, good, good. Yes, really nice. Okay, let's talk about another. Arabesque. We kind of already talked about it, but mostly we do not do arabesque with that arm, right? Sometimes we do it, sometimes you'll see the men doing it, or like this one, right? But why do you think we don't do it that way a lot? A little bit, right? So think in arabesque, both legs are straight, right? So we want to also have our arms straight because that is one of the factors of creating possible line, symmetry and balancing. It's all that, okay? Attitude. Let's all take an attitude A plus A. There. Good. Yes. So, okay, good. Very good. Relax. Do we normally do attitude with the first arabesque arm? Sometimes, but not really, right? Why is that? Yeah, they don't match the leg. Yeah, exactly. So you want to match everything. So my arms are curved. This curve is matching that curve, and that's creating a line, a classical line. Even though it's bent, it's still a line. Okay. Good. So let's apply those 4 factors to our attitude theory. Okay. So number 1, proper technique and alignment. Everyone take the attitude. Good. Okay, weight placement over the ball of the foot. Good. Energy through the eyes. So we're looking out and away. Good. Continuous growth through the ends of the bodies. Reach that toe, reach those fingers. Good. And then the other arms. Beautiful, everyone. Go ahead and relax. Does that make sense? Yes, that was nice. So any line, any classical line, any pose, any movement that you do in ballet, you automatically want to be applying those 4 principles to make your nicest line. Okay? Great. So now what we're going to do, we're going to, let's split into groups. So 4, 3, and 3. 4 groups. Okay. 4 groups. 3 groups. Let's go 3, 3, 4, and 4. Okay? What I want you guys to do, get into your group. You're going to pick one ballet pose or move. This can be a ton move, it can be a cross it, pause it. This can be an arabesque, this can be an attitude, this can be a coupe. This can be a movement, this can be a jeté, this can be a seesaw. Literally any step or pose in ballet is all fair game. Okay? What I want you to do is I want you to think of some common pitfalls that dancers might fall into if they didn't know these 4 tips on classical okay? And then what I want you to do is I want you to apply these 4 rules to the set of pose, okay? So I want you to think about, so for example, say I picked a criteria, okay? So I'm going to say a common pitfall might be that we don't have energy for the eyes and we're just looking to the front, right? So I want you to go through apply, and then I want you to find the symmetry where it's going to be that, okay? So take like a few minutes, and then we're going to have show and tell. We're going to show those, okay? All right, few minutes, come in, commence. So first take a pose. I know, I won't look, unless you look to me for help. I know, you don't have to use all kinds.
Could you show our online audience the handout while we go over things?
All right, brief intermission here. So, how to create, there we go, classical lines ballet.
Thank you, Miss Elizabeth.
Absolutely.
Miss Elizabeth, do you want to, while they're still doing this, let our online audience know who you are and what you do here at Ballet 5A?
Yes, well, absolutely. Again, hello, everyone. My name is Miss Elizabeth. I'm a solo artist with the company at Ballet 5A. This is going into my 3rd season with the company, and then I am also the co-director of the conservatory and training programs at the School of Ballet 5A. So those are our advanced programs. I co-direct the program with Miss Sarah Clark and Mr. Sam Upsall. All right. How's everybody doing? Good. Need a few more minutes, or we're all sitting? Over here, maybe a few more minutes. Okay. If you've already done one, go ahead and do that one. And try it out with another one. Do you guys need any help over here? Did we make a pose? Okay, what's your pose? Yeah, totally. That's a hard one, but that's not what's up there now. Okay, so here, let's think about your cheekbone and how it's kind of mirroring that line with this line. Do you see? If you follow the line of your cheekbone, so it's down to the floor, it's going to intersect with this line coming up that. Does that make sense? Cheekbone down, hip line out, and then meet at that point. Yeah, that's a good line of symmetry there. Yeah. And it's a good point, but you're also balancing that on the ground. Symmetry is always about finding the identical, it's about finding the balance. Does that make sense? Okay. We all good over here? Okay, great. Let's do show and tell, okay? Why not everyone, we'll start with you guys since you're, I don't know, over there, you're feeling confident. Everyone else can sit, just, or you can stand. Stand or sit against me, okay? Okay. Go ahead, you gotta talk nice and loud for our online audience. You got a spokeswoman? Great. All right, Lydia, what's your pose? Love it. Oh, okay, wait, sorry. We're still discussing, so let's try to give our attention to this group, okay? And then if you still need some time, we can give that to you before you guys go, okay? Sorry, can you start over, Lydia? So we all give our attention to Lydia. Okay, so what's your pose? Excellent. And how do we apply proper technique and alignment? Excellent. Very good. Right, continuous growth. Yes, that's an excellent point. Excellent. Okay, and then does someone else want to explain the symmetry?
Yeah, I think sort of the passe is kind of sort of a curved line with the arms.
Yes.
The standing leg is straight and the left arm is straight.
Yeah, exactly. Great, everyone. Very nice. Thank you. Okay, I have an extra ready. You need a little bit more time, or you're ready to go? Ready to go? Awesome. Love that. Okay. So, Brooke, what's your pose? Oh, very nice. Okay, and how do we apply proper technique and alignment? Excellent. Love that. Okay, so energy flow through the eyes. Show it to me one more time. And then continuous growth through the ends of the body. Good. Excellent. And then Celia, how's the symmetry?
These
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, really nice. We all see how that's a beautiful classical line? Yes. All right. Thank you guys. Good job. Okay. You guys need a little bit more time to discuss. You're good? Okay, perfect. Take the floor. The floor is yours. Okay. What's your pose, Elizabeth? Oh, love it. Okay, great. An awesome leg. So how do we apply power technique and alignment to an awesome leg? Oh, perfect. Okay, yes, please do your thing. So how would you describe what good proper technique and alignment verbally?
We said kind of like jump when they're like that in the air, these lines kind of like go together.
Yeah.
And there's some stretches.
Yeah, exactly. That's really nice. And then what about when you collect to fit in the air? Where is the symmetry in this piece? I know.
It's kind of more like the arms, it's not necessarily like they're both stretching. And then the head too.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, okay. So can all four of you show me the most beautiful, awesome way with the energy flow through the eyes, stretching through the ends of the body, and then we'll talk about some moving. Okay, ready? 8 and go! Oh, beautiful! Nice, everyone. Good. Yes, okay. All right, next group, come on up. All right, what's your pose, guys? Another tiny butter. Okay, so beautiful, everyone. So this is going to be a little different than the other group that went here because the arms are different, right? Okay, so we might have slightly different answers. Good. Okay, great. So let's talk about proper technique and alignment here. What do we want to make sure we do?
So you don't want to sit into this toe, you want to lengthen through. And you want to keep your eyes out of the arena.
Yes. Good. You already hit the energy flow through the eyes. Okay. And we want to do continuous growth through the ends of the body. Everyone should be really reaching and expanding through the very top of the spine, top of the head, longer. Nice. You can curve that arm a little bit, Gabby. That's good. Yes. Good. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, relax. And then let's talk about the symmetry. What did we talk about? Go ahead.
Like with the cheekbone and like this line, they like intersect.
Yes! Good! Okay, so I'll say it one time for everyone. So this is a little hard to find the symmetry, but again, it's not exactly always about finding the identical paths or lines, right? It's about finding the complementary lines and what balances it out. Okay, so our primary line is going to be our conjugate here, but we want to think about our secondary line, which is going to be that cheekbone and also the collarbones. See how we lean that way? If I were to do this, it's okay, right? It's okay. But when we twist that way, we're creating that secondary contrast line, which is why we want to use our APOM window dance to create a better classical line for the audience, okay? So again, this line diagonal that way, this line collarbone and cheekbone diagonal that way, yeah? And then, make sense? Okay, good. Thank you guys. Very good. Okay, so what's going to happen now? We have a little bit of time left. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now we're gonna have like a little piano. Okay, so everyone can you can all kind of sit down. Okay. So I will now demonstrate a few poses doing one of these rules wrong. You actually want to go get your sheet for reference. Okay. You will eventually have these memorized, but I don't expect you to have them right now. But it's good to go over them now, maybe once or twice a week, until it really gets into your brain. And then you can apply these every single move of every single class. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate some poses. I'm going to do at least one of these things wrong, okay? And then you guys get to tell me. You can raise your fingers. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which rule am I breaking? Okay, so let me hand ready. I love it. Okay, go down on America now. Okay, hi, it's my dish. Okay, so we're gonna go. Although we'll do an inverted wrong first, okay? So so this is me before, and then this is me reaching through my fingertips and projecting to the eyes. Yes? Okay, good. Let's do that. Okay. Let's do a nice first paragraph, okay? But we're gonna go with this. What's wrong? Yeah! What do we think? Number one, right? What was wrong with that line? Was it even a line? Oh, it's shaky, right? It wasn't a classical line, that is for sure. Yeah, it was maybe like a modern line. But remember, to make a modern line, you have to have our classical line first and then do regular. Okay, so what was wrong with that? Yes. Yeah, it was like a sticky vest, and my weight was all the way back in my heel. I was like falling over, right? So how do I fix that? Yeah, you want to show us? So we'll do a little side by side comparison. Okay, I'll do my back line, and she'll fix my line. Okay? So here we go. I'm going to do my back line, and go ahead and do your good. See the difference? Which one's better? The good line, right? Yes! Okay, good. Let's do it now. What's this? Okay. Okay, here's one. There's a lot wrong with this one, right? Yeah, 2, 3, and 4. Right? Okay, so number 2, I have no energy flow to the eyes. Okay, number 3, I don't even know what's happening with my fingers. But most importantly, number 4, there's no symmetry in my arms. See how they're different, right? And it makes you, as the eye member, go, I don't know about that. Right? You're like, I don't really like that. For a classical ballet line. Now, for choreography, different story, right? But we're talking about classical ballet line. So we have to find the symmetry. Who wants to help demonstrate this one? Correct. No one wants to? Okay. Alright. So she's gonna do it correctly. I'm gonna keep doing my bad version. Okay, ready? Here we go. Which one would you rather see? Da-da-da! Yes, exactly, okay? You all see the difference? Yes, we understand it's okay, good. So, are there any questions on anything we talked about today? Does this start making sense? Yes? We think these are good, like, tools we can apply them to also, right? It's not just about finding the lines in a pose, it's about finding the lines in movement, right? Like we talked about in our awesome break. My group did that, Bravo, for choosing a move instead of just a pose. Those are hard exercises, but the more you guys can start applying this to your everyday classes, the more beautifully your classical lines will come until it just is something, guys. Okay, so take this home, these handouts are for you. You can refer to them as needed. And yeah, that's all we got for today. Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you all. Okay, great. And to our online audience, thank you for joining us. I hope you will join us again for another live stream later on this week for more sneak peeks into our wonderful summer intensive program, and we hope to see you again very soon. Thank you.